بعد فأعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم إن الله وملائكته يصلون على النبي يا أيها الذين آمنوا صلوا عليه وسلموا تسليما اللهم صل وسلم وبارك على سيدنا ومولانا محمد طب القلوب ودوائها وعافية الأبدان وشفائها ونور الأبصار وضيائها وعلى آله وصحبه دائما أبدا. Sincere apologies. I know it's really bad on my behalf, but I can't control the cars on the motorway. Now, inshallah, today we're going to have a slight, not diversion, but inshallah, something which is beneficial, which is in reference to this particular month, and it concerns our aqidah. I read the feedback from my ustad here, the brother who does the chickens and stuff, and referring to the feedback, number one, Arabic terminology that is used in any durus, any lesson. There's two reasons to use the terminology. First, to stay in line with the text itself. And number two, it's because the language itself is sacred. In the Quran, when Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, إِنَّا أَنزَلْنَاهُ قُرْآنًا عَرَبِيًّا لَعَلَّكُمْ تَعْقِلُونَ, that we have revealed this remembrance in the Arabic language so that you may learn it. Hence, learning the Arabic language is easy for us, inshallah. It's easy. It's not hard to learn Arabic language, whether you want to read the Quran or speak the language itself and so on. It's not hard, it's easy. Because Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala makes easy everything for that individual who takes a path in His way subhanahu wa ta'ala. The second point that the brother, my manager, mentioned was the explanation of the text may be too vast and too wide and it needs to be kept. Yes? This is what we call sharh. Whenever you have a matan, a text, the explanation of it is known as a sharh, the explanation of the text. Hence, for example, you have Fath al-Bari. It's a book written by Imam Ibn Hajar Asqalani. It is an explanation of Sahih of Imam al-Bukhari. This text is known as Fath al-Bari. The person who wrote it was Imam Ibn Hajar Asqalani. We have Nuzhatul Qari, that was written by Allama Abdul Mustafa Azmi Sahib rahmatullahi ta'ala alayhi. That is the Sharah of the Sahih of Imam al-Muslim. So we have Sharah of every text. The text of Imam al-Tahawi, Al-Aqidat al-Tahawi al-Sharif, this particular text that we're using, the Sharah, the explanation, has been written by Shaykh Hamza Yusuf. So every text that is written, in order to understand it, we read the Sharah. Now, the explanation of a text is also known as the Sharah, the Matan. The Matan is the text and the Sharah is the explanation. So we have an explanation of the text. I would, inshallah, and I emphasize on this greatly, like all the students, to get hold of this particular text that we're going through. It's as important, believe me, it's as important as any book you would get hold of that is going to be used for your degree in university. Let's have a bit of interaction, because some people are looking tired and a bit distracted. How many of you here, give me a show of hands, how many of you here would go out of your way to buy a book which is going to be used in revision, in preparation for an exam in university? No sisters? Brother, you? Brother, you? Only half a book. Okay. When I was in madrasa, and I'm still in madrasa, I'm going to stay in madrasa all my life. I can't be bothered to go out to work.
So, how to put this
I remember when it was our first exam that we had. This was in 1989. Please don't try to guess my age from me, it's not going to work. 1989. When we were told that we are going to be tested in Tajweed, this was one of our exams before we actually completed the Hifz of the Quran. Our Ustad, Sayyidi Allama, Sheikh Qari Abul Kalam Sahab Rizvi, Qadri Qamat Barakatum Qudsiyya, wa nafa'anna Allahu bih. He said to us that if you want to complete your Durusul Hifz, your memorization of the Quran with a qualification, so you're not just a parrot repeating what you've heard or what you've read, but you actually learn the Quran for the way it's supposed to be learned, with the ahkam and the sifat of tajweed, with the proper pronunciation in the language of Arabic, then you will have to be examined for it. So we were told that on so and so date, and we were usually given about 6 weeks notice, that in 6 weeks time you have an exam in tajweed. And we were told that if you go out and buy so and so book, this will help you. If you go and visit so and so teacher and just listen to their Quran recitation in Salatul Maghrib or Isha, that will help you. So we went out, me and the other brothers who were studying with me, and we went to the shops that were available at that time in Leicester, and we bought books that explained the tajweed of the Quran. At that time, I found it very hard to understand that why do we need to go to all of this effort? What's the point? We'll become hafiz of the Quran, but so what? How's it going to help me? Because at that time, we hadn't realized what are the benefits of learning the sacred deen. What does it do to an individual to learn the sacred deen? How should the thought of learning the sacred deen envelope you? Is it just a lesson that we have an hour every other week or so that occupies that hour and we listen to a few words of the deen and then that's it, we've fulfilled our duty towards Allah, that we've learned 1 or 2 maslas in the deen, and if it's someone like me teaching, then you probably won't learn anything. At the time, the intentions that you had coming and trying to learn the deen, that Allah has opened up the doors of Jannah for you for that 1 hour and now they're closed again, what are the benefits? I'll give you a narration. At this particular time, when these thoughts were going through my mind, I went to our Ustad and I asked him, and I said, Sheikh, if you tell us to learn tajweed and the ahkam and the sifat of the words, the Arabic language and so on, but what's the point? It's not like I'm going to go out in Leicester Market and buy a kilo of apples in the Arabic language, am I? I'm not going to go buy a couple of bananas from Sainsbury's and ask in Arabic. They're probably telling me to shut up and do one, isn't it? So what's the point? And the Shaykh explained to us, he said, that when an individual goes out to learn the deen, any science of the deen, and don't be baffled here thinking that the deen is only one content or one unit. In reality, every single aspect of your life, from the beginning of creation till the end and even thereafter, every single unit, every single content, every single breath that you take has a concern with the deen. The deen is what the deen is, it's a way of life. So you have many sciences within the deen. We have aqidah, which is belief, the foundation of your deen. We have fiqh, jurisprudence, rules and regulations. We have tajweed, the art of reciting the Quran in the proper language. And then within them we have different parts. We have what we call mantiq,